I thought it was interesting, just as you were giving your examples, and maybe you guys noticed this too, as he was rhyming off the seatbelt issue, the fur issue, the ivory issue, vegetarian and meat, and
I might have mentioned.
which one of those got a chuckle? The ones that you could personally relate to, right? So most of you got a chuckle about the seatbelt thing because most of us went through that, right? Like did or did not have to wear a seatbelt. But as you went down the list of other things, whether or not they were relatable to us, whether or not it was something we'd been through, probably influenced whether you got a laugh out of it. Mm-hmm. And that same thing influences whether or not you understand what somebody else could be going through. Does that make sense?
No, it's great. That's a really good observation. Yes. So how do we challenge it? What's the best way to challenge it when we see it in ourselves and others? How do we do it?
For me, it's asking questions. Mm-hmm. For me, it's just taking the time to stop and wonder, what's that about? To look back and go, yeah, how come all of us laughed at the seatbelt, but not as many laughed about the ivory? Taking a moment to just kind of consider that and consider the bigger picture, you know? Like our ultimate goal is just how do we get more wellness in the fire stations, right?
There's a Buddhist principle called first look, where before you judge someone or before you lash out or before you determine that you're the injured party, you ask yourself, is any part of this me? Which part of the conflict that I'm having might be me? Which part of this person's perception of me could be me? It's just an idea to go, before we judge, before we say anything, maybe we check our beliefs and go, you know, am I driving this thing? Is this some nonsense that I learned at the kitchen table about a certain group of people? Is this some backwards thinking that fit a time that's no longer the time we're in? Those are the kind of things that if we ask ourselves those kind of questions, it helps us be more genuine and sincere with others. Because whenever you have a crisis in the workplace or somebody has had a real serious problem, sometimes we beat ourselves up because we think we should have seen something or we should have said something or acted in some way. And if you look back, lots of times it was a stigmatized environment that you didn't feel safe to talk about.